Hello programmers, hope you all are doing well. I'm Vikas Tiwari and welcome to Programmers Mode. One question for all. Do you want to write HTML or CSS faster with Emmet cheat codes? But now what is Emmet cheat code? From where I should get it to work? And many more questions I will answer through the video, and we will see some practical working of Emmet cheat codes that is commonly used by the developers while coding. So let's dive into it and explore. Now from where we can install the Emmet plugin. If you are using VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code, then you don't need to install it explicitly. If you're using some other code editor which do not have inbuilt plugin for Emmet, then you need to install it from here and set up the directories to get it work. You can find the link in description below. Let's get back to our VS Code and see some practical demos. Here I have modified my theme, so if you see the different color blendings, don't panic, it's just fine. So here I will just create one directory named as demo, and in that I will create one file named demo.html. Now we have opened our demo.html page. With Emmet, you can quickly create an HTML boilerplate. With that, what I mean, simply type exclamation and hit enter. So within a fraction of second, you got a complete basic and blank HTML web page ready to go. There is an alternative for this too. Simply type HTML and with this guy, click enter. So here we go with that same basic HTML web page. Let's get started with basic tags. By basic tags, what I mean like div, block quote, header, footer, these all things. So for div, I will simply type div and hit enter. Similarly for block quote, I will type BQ inside div tag and I will hit enter. So here we got block quote. For header section, we have to simply type HDR and hit enter. Simply for footer, yes, you guessed it right, FTR. Similarly, suppose I have to add a button here, so I need to type PTN and hit enter. As if you are familiar with CSS, there are two types of selectors, classes and IDs. We refer to classes using a dot notation, and similarly for IDs, we refer it with a hash notation. So to define a class along with a tag, simply write div dot class name. Here we go. Suppose within a div tag, again here I have to add one more div but with a ID, and you can give whatever name you want. Suppose I write here div hash ID 1 and I hit enter. So the results are on the screen. Now again, one more example of classes, like I have to add one class under some other tag rather than div. Suppose I have to add it under h1 tag. So what I will do, I will simply write h1 dot whatever class name. Suppose here I give header. I hit enter. So yes, like this we can do it too. Moving ahead, now here we have seen classes and IDs separately, but you may ask what we have to do to perform it combined. Like I have to give one class and one ID within a same tag. So for that, we simply have to write, suppose I write div, firstly I have to give a ID. So I will write here hash ID name followed by dot which refers to class, and I will write here class name wrap and I will hit enter. So here we have wrapped our ID and class within a same tag. You can similarly play with similar available tags. Now suppose we have to specify any type of attributes for a tag. So here I will write image. Here I will provide source. As mentioned here, you can see I will give some name, suppose cat.png. I will add alternative, I will name it as well, and I will hit enter. So like this we can also specify attributes for tags. Now let's talk about content. To include content within the tag, we simply wrap the content in curly braces. Previously, we were wrapping it under square braces. So let's proceed with it. Suppose I have to add a para. So I will write P curly braces. I will give whatever name and I will hit enter. Now let's talk about siblings and children's. Now what it is. But for a while, as we will keep moving ahead, it will just keeps getting better. We can also specify siblings and children's using plus and greater than characters. So let's talk first about siblings. Like I have to add a section with section. So what I will write section plus section and I will hit enter. Suppose I have to write a list. So what I will do, I will write ul greater than symbol list and I will hit enter. Like this we can do it. Now as we will move further, the things will keep getting more complex. So you just have to frame in your mind that which section you want under which section and you have to map all that in that particular manner only. Suppose I have to add multiple tags under div tag. So what I will write is div greater than P, which stands for para, greater than span plus em, a caret symbol, and bq, and I will hit enter. So here you can see that I have added multiple tags under div tag. Now you may think, what does that caret symbol meant for? It is used for climbing up. In this example we saw how we can climb up the tree by using caret. Now let's talk about grouping. How we can group a very complex structure instead of traversing by climbing that we just saw. So for that we will use parentheses. For example, div greater than parenthesis header greater than ul greater than li, sorry my bad, and a anchor tag, and plus footer greater than para, and I will simply hit enter. So here you can see I have grouped them all together without using caret symbol. Here I simply make the use of parenthesis. Now how we can generate multiple tags, say by simply multiplying it. So to demonstrate it, here I will write ul greater than li and I will multiply it by simply say 5 times and I will hit enter. So here you can see it, I have multiplied the li tag under ul 5 times. And one more magic here you can do with it, you can simply pass the list items in it, giving them a particular sequence. For example, I will again write ul greater than li and here under curly braces I will write item and dollar sign. Here dollar sign simply refers to a sequencing number. When I multiply it by 3, it will duplicate the li tag 3 times and it will give the data as seen here. Yes, it starts with 1. Now suppose you have more bigger numbers, like you want to add around 20, 30, 40 or say 100 of elements. So for that you can simply write ul greater than li dot cart. Say I will write here 3 times dollar. So it will start from 001 and it will go up till the number I will specify. Suppose 5 I have specified here. So it will go up to 5. As you can see here, 001, 002 up to 005. So I will hit enter. So here you can see, here it is generated as we saw in that abbreviation. You just can keep playing with it, like I have showed formatting of this, as we saw 2 examples starting with 1 and ending with the my specified number. When you will do, you will specify and it will work according to you. So suppose I don't want it to start with 1, rather I wanted it to get started with another number and go up to a particular number. So for that, how we can write it is simple. Dollar at the rate. Suppose I wanted it to start from 6 and go up till 12. So see how it goes. So here it is. From 6, it covers all 12 list items. Don't misunderstood, as I mentioned there 12, it doesn't means that it will go up to 12. 12 means it will cover all 12 elements there. Therefore, it went up to 17, as you can see here. Moving ahead, hoping you're not getting confused, as you will practice it a bit more, you will get familiar with this and you can play around with the Emmet codes. As we saw, we can manipulate all these things. Now we can also do it in a reverse direction too. So it is a homework for you. There are certain tags that do not need to be typed and can be implied. For example, a class defined within a list will be implied as a list item. I will write ul greater than dot card. I will hit enter. A class defined within a table will be implied as a tr tag and within a row would be a td tag. Suppose I write table greater than dot row greater than dot call and hit enter. So here you can see the structure. Here one more thing is there that I want to show you. Simply press F1 and search Emmet wrap with abbreviation and enter on it. So here we can use standard Emmet syntax in this dialog. Suppose we try to wrap pan dot wrap and hit enter. So here you can see this. We can simply do it within here, but I was just showing one more way to do it. So moving ahead, now there is a name called lorem ipsum, which is a dummy text used by developers to represent data or say to fill some amount of space to see how it actually look like. Emmet will generate 30 words of fake text that you can use as a filler in your project. Suppose here I write lorem 10 and hit enter. So here it gave me 10 words of random text. Suppose here I write ul dot list greater than lorem 10 dot item dash dollar multiply by suppose 10 and I will hit enter. So here you can see the random text of lorem ipsum has been filled within each block of line. Now talking about CSS, I will save this and here I will create one more page, namely demo.css. Here in CSS, Emmet has an abbreviation for every property. So I will show you some of them and then I will give you a referential link in the description below where you can explore with this. Suppose here I consider some class, namely programmers mode, and here you can simply write POS, which stands for position. As you will hit enter, it will give you as position, which is assigned as a relative. Like, why only relative? There are more like static, absolute. So relative is fixed one. Suppose I have to assign some other position. So what I will do, I will simply write POS is to, for static I will write S and I will hit enter. So here we can do like this and play around it. For absolute, you can write POS colon A. For fixed, you can write POS colon F. And yes, for relative also, as it is default, so it is not required to specify that, but we can do that as well. POS colon R and hit enter. So here it will give us relative. Now let's play with display properties. Suppose I write here D and hit enter. So here grid is default. Suppose I have to change it to other specification. So what I have to do is to simply write D colon N for none and hit enter. Likewise for block we have to do D colon B and hit enter. For flex, we have to specify F and hit enter. For inline flex, we have to specify D colon IF and hit enter. Now, similar for inline block 2, if I have to give it as inline, then I have to specify D colon I and hit enter. So now let's move to cursor. For that, you just have to write CUR and hit enter. Let's play with margin and padding. So here you have to write M and hit enter. And you can specify whatever margin you have to give. Suppose I have to keep my margin auto. So for that what we can write is M colon A and hit enter. Suppose now I have to specify margin top, right, bottom or left. So for that what I will do is I will specify margin top and hit enter, and I will specify some pixels here too. Likewise you can do for bottom, left and right. Same things are applicable to padding also. M we have used for margin, P we will use for padding, and similarly to specify left, right, top, bottom, we have to specify it like P, T for top and specify some number here. Now let's move to box sizing. For that you simply have to write B, X, Z and hit enter. There are more amazing things in Emmet like border, color, width and more. Before ending, let's play with color also. Suppose I write here C and hit enter. So here it gives me a default value of black. Suppose I have to specify opacity. So I will write here OP and hit enter, and I will give it some value. So with Emmet you can create a really complex HTML structure in one line. Yes, it is that awesome, and it also works with CSS. Hope so now you got a better understanding so far. If you liked the video and it was helpful, then show some love. For today that is all. We will meet again in next video with an interesting topic. Until then, take care and thanks for listening.